Hey fam, MarshaunO out here. I am your favorite life and relationship strategist, and now we are continuing the series of how to prepare for marriage, and this is part 2. If you have not watched part 1, then go ahead and check that out after this one. I have to note that these are in no particular order at all, and you just have to go ahead and watch all of them, do the work that I suggest, and then start to apply these things while you are out there dating, while you are out there preparing for marriage. And even if you are watching this and you are already married, but you notice you need to do some work on yourself, then go ahead and do the exercises yourself, because this is only going to help your marriage. It's only going to help your relationship. It's only going to help your communication with your spouse, and then even with yourself and how you're showing up and how you're reacting, and how are you overreacting? Why are you reacting the way that you are? Is it something that you've been trained to do? Is it something that you've seen your parents or guardians doing, and now you're taking on that behavior, whether good, bad, happy, sad? Is it something that's actually helping you? So that's what we want to do when you are preparing yourself to get married. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and to jump into today's topic, which is how much work have you done on yourself? Like, literally let that sink in. How much work have you done on yourself? How much time have you taken away from the dating scene? Because a lot of us we jump from relationship to relationship to relationship to relationship, and we're wondering why we're dating the same person over and over again, and why we're continuously going through the same things over and over again. It's because you have not done the work on yourself. It's because you have not really put yourself in a position to stop going through the same things, to stop dating the same person over and over again, to stop yourself from reacting in such a horrible manner. Like, how are you actually showing up? How much work have you done on yourself? What about, okay, so think about that. How much time have you taken away from dating? Or are you the person that jumps from one, that one's over, now you're searching for another one? You jump from another one, that one's over, and you're searching for somebody else. It's because you have not been able to sit in the space with yourself and really truly show up as yourself. Do you know who you truly are? Do you know what you want? Have you really sat down and done that work? Have you sat down, taken out a sheet of paper and your pen or pencil, whatever works best for you, wrote down the things that you like about yourself? Have written down the things that you don't like about yourself. Wrote down the things that you see keep showing up. Write down the things that you keep seeing popping up, whether it's the same type of guy, the same type of girl, the same type of behaviors, the same type of whatever it is that you can insert there to say, this is not serving me. And I can see that I keep dealing with the same person in a different body with a different face, but they're doing the exact same things. They're showing up the exact same way. They start off beautiful, and over a period of time, this person turns into something bad per se, or something that you're like, okay, they didn't show up this way in the beginning, and now all of a sudden they are a different person. Why? It's because you are attracting that same person over and over again. So, and it's because, again, the topic, you have not done the work on yourself. Or maybe you thought that you did enough work, and now you're noticing that I probably could go back to the drawing board on that. I need to work on this a little bit deeper, or I need to take a deeper dive into why I keep attracting this same person over and over and over again. Now, the next thing I want you to think about is your friendship circles. Yes, your friendship circles, the people that are in your life. How are they showing up in the dating scene? Are they talking about how dating sucks, and each and every time you talk to them, they are feeding you this negative energy, and now you're taking this negative thoughts and feelings about dating into your own personal life? And maybe at one point before you've spoken to them, you didn't think about dating in that particular manner, but now you're taking on their junk, their stuff. Or maybe you got it from your parents or even your siblings, because you've seen that they didn't have such a great relationship. But it's not even so much you seeing them, now you keep hearing them speak this negativity about the opposite sex, or you hear them say that men ain't shit, or women are just gold diggers, or whatever that conversation is that they've been having with you. Maybe you're taking that on. So take a deep dive into that. Is it your voice that you're actually hearing, or is it someone else's voice and their rhetoric that you are taking on, internalizing, and making it your own? Are your friends speaking positively about dating in this dating scene? Or are they constantly dragging about it? Oh my God, I'm going on another date. And their energy is basically like this. They're sucking their own self dry, and you're taking that energy in. And then when it's time for you to go out and date, now you're thinking about the same thing. Here we go again. This not gonna work out. Each and every time I go out there, it's probably not gonna work. Like you're feeding yourself all of this negative stuff. And then when you get out there, you wonder why you don't have a good time, or why it didn't work out, why you didn't get invited back out for the second date. Because your energy sucks, sis. Your energy sucks, bruh. Or maybe you haven't taken into account that you need to listen more. So maybe you're a person who is out there dating, and because you haven't done the work on yourself, you don't even realize how much you talk. Are you the person that overtakes the conversation? You never shut up. Literally, you're on the date and it's me, to the point where the person gets up and goes to the bathroom and never comes back. Or when the bill comes, they like, fuck yeah, because they ready to go. Like, cause you never shut up. Or you've never taken the time to say, you know what? It's not all about me. You know what? I've been talking enough. Because this is when you're aware. This is when you're conscious. I've been talking enough. What about you? Tell me some things about you. I don't want to take over the conversation. But you're not aware about that because you haven't done the work to say, you know what? It's not all about me each and every time that I'm out here. Each and every date that I go on, it's not all about me. Have you done the work? Have you dealt with your baggage? Again, this is why you're probably dating the same person over and over again. Why you keep attracting the same person over and over again. That baggage that you constantly hold on to, maybe you're not even aware of. That stuff that your parents, your guardians were feeding into, your friends, even your associates. All that junk, that negativity. See, we need to change our circles. A lot of us do. Or it could just be that one person. And that one person, you don't want to change it because this person is your best friend. They've been around for years. They've been around since you guys were childhood friends. And now you don't want to walk away from them. I get that. However, if this person is not feeding into you, as Will Smith likes to say, if this person is not feeding your flame, then what are they doing? Think about it. Think about it. What are your friends doing? How are they feeding into you? Are they encouraging you to go out there and continue the dating process? Are they even encouraging themselves? Are they happy-go-lucky? Are they positive about it? Or again, do they have this negative conversation with you about it every time? Or every guy or every girl that they go out with, there's something wrong with that person. It's because they've never taken a look in the mirror at themselves and looked at their own problems, looked at their own baggage, and dealt with their own crap, garbage. Have you ever thought, are you really ready to be married? Are you marriage material in the state that you are in right now? And if you are here today, the answer is probably no. And that's okay, but that's why we're here. I want to make you more aware and bring more consciousness to where you are currently so you can do something about it. Because only you can do something about it. It doesn't matter how much you talk to different people and what they have to say. It's all about you and how you look at things and how you're showing up and who you are being in the moment when you're out there dating. Who are you being? How are you showing up? Again, think about the positive and stay away from the negative, because this is a journey. This is a marathon. This is not a sprint. This is not something that you want to go out and do, i.e. choose a person really fast just because you're scared of being alone, or you're tired of being alone, or you really don't even feel worthy enough to even figure out who you are so you can choose somebody better, so you can have a better choice, so you can have a better life. How much work have you done on yourself? Again, how much time have you taken to really examine who you are? Do you know what marriage is all about? And if you don't, let me give you a clue of some of the things that marriage is all about. Marriage is all about growth. All about growth. It's all about tests. It's all about building together, becoming a better person, selflessness, compromise, giving, becoming one with your partner, supporting each other. If any of those things sound like something that you do not currently possess, that you do not currently own, then sis, bruh, that is what you need to be working on. Because most of us, nobody has to tell you how to be a selfish person. That is something that is innate in you. Being a selfless person is something that is learned. It's something that you have to practice. Compromising, again, something that is learned. It's something that you have to practice. Growing, something that you have to learn, something that you have to practice. Understanding that when you go through a trial, or understanding when you guys go through a dip, the valley in your relationship, that is nothing but a test. And it's all about how you handle the test. It's all about how you're showing up. How are you showing up when that test comes? Are you acting like a spoiled brat who never gets their way? Or are you like, you know what? Okay, I could have handled that better. I could have actually not yelled that time. I've actually could have looked at myself in the mirror and said, you know what? Let me just shut my mouth and actually listen to what he or she is saying, because obviously we're going back and forth and nobody's being heard right now. Nobody's really listening right now. So let me just listen. It's the small changes that make the biggest difference. Let me say that again. It's the small changes that make the biggest difference in your life, and your love life is no different. So if you're the talker, you never come up for air, slow it down, pump your brakes. Practice, practice, practice. Another thing that maybe you are doing or not doing, there's so many people walking around with so much baggage because they have never forgiven the people that have done them wrong. And this usually comes from a parent or guardian, or when you were smaller, it could have been a sibling. It could have been a family member, like a cousin, a first cousin, where you guys were always together, but you've never forgiven them for the shady crap that they've done to you. So who do you need to forgive in order to move on? That is work. That is growth. That is making you a better person, because there's always going to be trials in our lives. That's just a part of living. It's a part of living. And so when you understand that something is always going to come, it's all about how you are showing up when it's here. It's all about how you are growing through that situation. Who do you need to forgive? Who do you need to write a forgiveness letter to and say, you know what, damn it, I forgive you for doing fill in the blank. I forgive you for it. No, it wasn't right that you did it, but I forgive you for it. You were working with the best that you had to work with at the time. You only did what you thought was best. And even if it wasn't the best, that's what they were working with. That's what they were taught. That's what they internalized. That's what they thought was the right thing to do. That's how they knew how to express themselves. And usually people that are abused become abusers. Not everybody. Oh, I thought that was something on my face, my earring. Anyway, so usually those who become abusers have been abused. Not to say that it's right, because we all have to take responsibility for what we do and how we show up in life and in this world. But you have to let that go in order for you to live a happy life, in order for you to grow. So how much work have you done on you? What does marriage mean to you? That's the next thing to answer. What does marriage mean to you? So that way when somebody asks you, you'll have a clear picture. If you have not watched part 1, then go ahead and watch part 1. And I'll see you guys back here for part 3.
Nah, nigga, Harley, you squabbled up that shot, my nigga?